Welcome back to another deep dive, this time into the crazy world of AI. We're looking at Jeremy Morgan's AI New Hotness newsletter, the one from November 7th, 2024. It's for software developers, but honestly, there's so much wild stuff in here. Everyone should pay attention.
It's moving so fast these days, just trying to stay on top of it all.
It's true. So AWS is kicking things off with this Game Builder challenge.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
They want developers, like every skill level, to build a game using their cloud and AI tools. And they're giving away $150,000.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Right.
But it's not just about the money. Imagine what this could do for the gaming industry, like all these new indie games using cutting-edge tech.
Totally. It's a smart move for AWS, too. They're getting their tools in front of tons of developers, things like DynamoDB, Amplify, and Bedrock, letting them play around and see what they can do.
Yeah, and everyone gets to use Amazon Q Developer, too, their AI assistant that helps you with coding and stuff.
So it's good for pros and for people just starting out. Speaking of pushing the limits, Nvidia is doing some really interesting things with robots.
Oh, yeah, they had a bunch of announcements, like Isaac Lab, this framework for training robots in a simulated environment.
Kind of like a virtual training ground for robots.
Yeah, exactly. And Project GR00T, which focuses on dexterity and movement. So robots can be more natural, less robotic, I guess.
So we're talking robots that can adapt to their surroundings, handle objects carefully, not just pre-programmed movements.
That's the goal. They also have some cool new tools, Cosmos Tokenizer, which processes video data faster, and Nemo Curator to build training data sets for AI. And they partnered with Hugging Face to help with open source robotics research.
That open source aspect is huge, especially in a field like robotics. But what are the practical applications of all this? Like, where could we see these super skilled robots being used?
I mean, the possibilities are endless. But healthcare and manufacturing are two big areas. Robots could assist surgeons or work in factories handling dangerous materials.
So we're on the verge of a robot revolution, where robots aren't just tools, but actual collaborators. But what about all the fears of robots taking our jobs?
It's a valid concern and something we need to discuss. But ultimately, AI and robotics are tools, and it's up to us to use them responsibly.
To augment human capabilities, not replace them.
Right.
Okay, shifting gears a bit. Microsoft has this new system called Magentic One. It's an open source platform for multiple AI agents to work together.
Oh yeah, it's like having a team of AI specialists, each with their own skill.
Like that, like a superhero team of AI.
Yeah, so you have this orchestrator agent, which acts as the project manager, and it delegates tasks to 4 other agents: web surfer, file surfer, coder, and computer terminal.
Okay, so lay it on me. What can these AI agents actually do?
Well, the web surfer can search the internet, analyze websites, summarize documents, basically like a super-powered research assistant.
And File Surfer is all about organizing and managing data.
Exactly. Then you have Coder, who's the programmer, and Computer Terminal, who actually runs the programs and interacts with hardware.
Wow. It's like having a whole team of AI experts at your fingertips.
That's the idea. And Microsoft also released this tool called AutoGenBench to help test these systems.
So AI is becoming less about individual tools and more about these complex collaborative systems.
It's a pretty big shift.
But what about everyday people who aren't developers? How can they use AI? Well, Google has an answer with their Learn About platform.
Oh, I've heard about that. It's like a personalized learning experience.
Right. You type in Learn About and any topic, and the AI creates a learning journey for you.
Tailored to your level and learning style.
So it's like having a personal AI tutor.
Exactly. It could revolutionize online education.
It's amazing how AI is personalizing everything these days, from entertainment to education. But before we get too carried away, let's talk about community-driven AI development. We'll be right back.
We're not doing breaks this time, right?
Oh, that's right. Force of habit. Well, let's jump right into community-driven AI development then.
Community-driven AI development. It's an interesting trend. Jeremy talks about this platform called GenSphere, which is all about building and sharing AI applications and making it more collaborative.
GenSphere. So is it like a GitHub for AI, where developers can work together and share code?
Kind of, yeah. It's an open source framework. You can create these modular AI applications and then share them with the community. But the cool thing is you can build these complex workflows using YAML files, which are basically just text files with a specific format.
So you're not writing tons of code. You're using these pre-built blocks.
Exactly. It makes AI development way more accessible. And it encourages people to reuse existing modules and build on each other's work.
So it's like the open source movement, but for AI.
Exactly. It's all about collaboration and sharing knowledge.
That's awesome. Okay, let's switch gears for a second
Yeah.
and talk about writing. Apple has this new AI writing tool, Apple Intelligence. And apparently it's giving Grammarly some competition.
Yeah, it's really interesting Jeremy compared the two, and Apple Intelligence is great for iOS integration, and it makes really natural-sounding edits.
So it's like a really intuitive editor that understands your style.
Yeah, pretty much.
How does it stack up against Grammarly, though? Like for grammar and spelling?
Grammarly is still the king for that, especially for formal writing. But Apple Intelligence might be better for more creative stuff.
So it depends what you're looking for.
Right.
It's cool to see more options in the AI writing space, though.
Definitely.
Okay, before we wrap up, Jeremy included a list of cool AI tools and podcasts. Ready for a rapid-fire round?
Hit me.
First up, awesome LLM apps, which is a list of apps built on large language models.
Yeah.
Then there's Riplet, an online coding platform, and Codium, an AI coding assistant.
I've heard of Codium. It's supposed to be great for productivity.
Next, we have v0.dev for building machine learning models without coding.
Oh, wow. That sounds super user-friendly.
Then there's Blackbox AI,
Yeah.
which is about making AI models more transparent, and Lupo AI. Not sure what that one is, but the name sounds cool.
Those all sound interesting. What about podcasts?
Jeremy recommends The Next Wave AI and the Future of Technology, and Unaligned with Robert Scoble.
Cool. I'll have to check those out.
So much happening in the AI world. It's incredible. But what does it all mean for us? How will AI impact our lives?
That's the big question, isn't it? We've talked about so much today. New platforms, smarter robots, AI teams, personalized learning. AI is becoming part of our everyday lives.
And it's not just about the tech itself. It's about how we use it to solve problems and improve our lives. But we also have to be careful.
Right. We need to think about the ethical implications and protect people's privacy.
It's a balancing act.
It is.
So this brings us to our final thoughts on the future of AI.
So after all that, what's the one thing you want listeners to remember?
I think the biggest thing is AI isn't just for experts anymore. Developers of all levels can use it. Even everyday people. It's becoming so accessible, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it opens up so many possibilities for innovation and creativity.
It's like AI is finally becoming a tool anyone can use.
It is. But it's also about the impact it can have on things like education and healthcare, even gaming. AI has the potential to change everything.
It really does.
Yeah.
But with all this power comes responsibility.
Right.
We need to make sure AI is used ethically and that it benefits everyone.
We need to consider the risks, like bias in algorithms and data privacy and the impact on jobs.
It's a lot to think about,
It is.
but it's important because we're at a point where we get to decide how AI shapes our future.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It is.
So to everyone listening, go out there and explore the world of AI, try out these new tools, and be part of the conversation about how we can use AI for good.
Great advice. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the AI new hotness. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. We've got links to all the resources we talked about in the show notes.
Be sure to check them out and keep learning, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI.
Until next time. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive at Leda.